I bet you thought I wouldn't be here today. The NFL chaos. He said he was taking Sunday off, but I can't take a day off. Not after 3 football games, especially not after my wife abandoned me, but with schoolwork and has to do her graduate work. Of course, I'm going to come on here. Is anyone up on the East Coast? I doubt it. But it's the afternoon in Australia and New Zealand, so you never know. We got some people over there that might come on. You got some people in London that might be up 5 in the morning. They might be bored. They might look and they see that we're hanging out right now. We're reacting to the playoffs. So here we go. Let's see if anybody. We already got somebody here. I see my boy Bryant is always ready to go. He's always ready to go. Did you go a full day, Bryant? Did you think I could take a full day off and not get on and not get online? Of course I got online. Of course. We had football games here that we have to react to. Some people might be surprised about the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not. I actually called the game on John Post's this morning on Pure Adrenaline Fantasy Sports. I said, along with his other guest, Sean, that we picked San Francisco to win that game. Very dangerous team when they're healthy. They're healthy. Watch out for them. Do not write off San Francisco. I don't see a team in the NFC right now that is guaranteed. I mean, you always got Tom Brady in Tampa. Everyone else has question marks. I mean, we keep, Green Bay's not going to fool us anymore. The Super Bowl always goes through Lambeau, but the problem is it's been a long time since we've seen Green Bay do it. So right now, to me, the NFC, it'll probably become, down to Tampa Bay and Green Bay, but we don't know that for sure. And San Francisco's looking pretty good. Pretty good. What's up, Owen? How's it going? I was just telling Bryant that I couldn't go one full day without live stream. It's like an addiction. It's like, oh man, I need to live stream. My wife said, I'm going in to do some work. I'll be done in an hour. I said, that gives me an hour to live stream. So here I am. I ran upstairs and started doing it. I didn't do my intro yet. So let's talk about San Francisco, Dallas right after this. Team takes a running back. You just took your franchise quarterback. You had a running back. And I'd be pissed if I was a Jacksonville fan. I love that, talking about Green Bay. He'll never find out. Believe me, nobody knows better what it looks like when an organization is about to go to shit than a New York Jet fan. And Justin Fields proved that he can hold it together. He can regroup. It's okay if he struggles. And we got a big game against the Eagles, and maybe you need some energy, so wake up! We have every right to expect the Jets to win. Rich Cimini, schmuck, putz. I just have to play that. I play that one for one reason. The Rich Cimini part. I just love that. I let out that I just did on him. And he's such a fraud, man, Rich Cimini, because he will say, he'll do all this stuff. He'll ask all these trap questions to all of our players, and he'll try to get them to say something. He's looking for a story. He's looking for clickbait. He'll ask whatever he can. He has, just no scruples at all. And then all of a sudden he'll come later on when we're all losing interest, and he'll try to get the other side of Jet fans that want to be more positive, and he'll put up a thing about Zach being, really good considering his lack of weapons. So he's such a two-faced just fraud. And it's just so annoying. I pour mine in the glass, Green Bean. I have some respect for my seltzer. Anyway, I'm not surprised by any of the outcomes today. A little surprised the Cowboys were so bad, though. Yeah, I thought they had me convinced that this was going to be the year they didn't just be like the Cowboys, right? All those years, always supposed to be the team. I mean, they really got you want to talk about homers, like a country, the media, about so pro-Cowboy. Every year we hear about how good they are. Every year we hear about how they're going to be like one of these serious contenders. And every year the playoffs start and something happens and the Cowboys lose and the Cowboys don't do anything. last year I understood. I understand Prescott got hurt. You lose your starting, franchise quarterback. Fine, but this has been going on since Romo. You know, it's been going on for a long time. And I thought on that Monday Night Football, um, I thought on Monday Night Football, and it was. I thought they finally broke their thing through their wall. The wall that's behind me, that brick wall. I thought Dallas broke through that wall, and I thought they were going to go to a different place because they looked amazing. They were dominant. It looked like they peaked at the right time. But the thing about the Dallas Cowboys this season, the story of this season is they were two different teams. And you just had to guess which team was going to show up. And today, the team that's disappointing and doesn't play to their talent showed up. I don't think much of their head coach. There's it's amazing that you get a guy like Brian Flores, fired out of Miami, and that this coach, because he won a Super Bowl with Green Bay or something. I mean, it's ridiculous to me. Aaron Rodgers won that Super Bowl. Give me a break. So you give me Stingley and Equano, and I'll give you my mother. I would be fine with that if we gain draft capital. I wouldn't want to use my 4 and 10 on that, but I'd be fine with that outcome. I'd be fine if we traded the 4 down to 15 and got a crazy amount of draft capital. And then in that anywhere from that 13 to 15 slot, if we took Stingley or Iguano and took Stingley with the number 10, whichever order, maybe even trade the 10 down to 14, 15, trade the 4 down to 16, 17, get those 2 guys, get a boatload of picks, and I'm okay with it. Use the 4 and 10 on them. I think it's still good. I think you're getting a shot. I think Stingley really might become like a Revis type cornerback. It's real. The potential is real. And Equano might be the best, after Neal and then Green, Equano. I mean, Equano is very versatile. He can play both. And I guess I know, I'm so used to those guys. I see in J. Cole, you're saying they won't make it that far, and I know that I can't trust PFN. PFNs we'll have to see after the combines. So we're gonna, but I trust JD more than any of us, and more than PFN to read the boards, right? So he'll read the boards. He's gonna know and have an idea of how long they'll last more than we do. I know, but if they, and the other thing is, if they don't last, what you have to consider the fact is that who's going to drop then instead. If it's not Equano, is it going to be Green that drops? Because I wouldn't mind having Green. He's one of the most dominant guards I've seen. So who's going to drop? Somebody has to drop. So we'll see who it is. But look, there's a bunch of guys I would absolutely fall in love with if we got. Stingley is scary a little bit, but is also very intriguing. It's very enticing because if everybody, if he's not injured and he could stay healthy, he really is. People underestimate how special he is. But before the injuries and stuff, remember everybody was thinking he'd be the number 1, number 2 pick. Oh, we're never going to be bad enough to get him. Everybody wanted him, and it's the same guy. Right. It was the same. And it's not like he had another injury, a second injury. It was the same injury. They actually, I don't know if it's the school's fault. It was misdiagnosed. They let him come back. And then the same injury, the foot wasn't better and they had to do surgery. So it wasn't handled well. It really should have been one injury that was resolved. And then he should have came back sometime this college season, but it wasn't handled the right way. Even our line, Neil, this from Green, yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing about trading down, right? It's like you see me do it in every mock. It's like I only trade down if I have an insurance policy to whatever I'm doing. So if I'm trading down, there's going to be some insurance. There's going to be, if I don't get Icky, I'm going to get Green. If I don't get Green, I'm going to get Icky, or I'm going to just take Linderbaum and say, let me take one of the best centers. Let me take somebody who's probably very likely to become the best center in the NFL within a couple of years. And I say that without feeling foolish. Guy's amazing. Green would be awesome. But yeah, yeah, he'd be awesome. I mean, just watch the tape, right? The guy's a beast. How do I feel about Garrett Wilson? I'm not going to be mad. I don't think we should take a wide receiver that high. I really like Burks, and I think Burks will last longer, although Burks is getting a lot of talk right now, which might push him up the board. But again, every time somebody pushes up the board, somebody's got to go back in the board. And the fact is, it's a deep draft. There's a ton of talent. So I mean, we can't lose. We really can't lose. I mean, we were excited last year. This is better than last year. Last year, we had to take Zach. We had to get our quarterbacks. We had to use one of the picks just to resolve our quarterback situation. Now we actually get 2 picks for positions. So that's, not in quarterback. So that's really exciting. And it's the best year to have 2 picks. It's an awesome year to have 2 picks because it really is an amazing top 25 players, top 40 players. There's outrageous talent out there. There's guys being pushed back into the second round that in other years would be first-round draft picks. So it's an exciting time to have 4 picks in the top 40. It's big for us. I don't, Garrett Wilson, it would be, Wilson to Wilson. It would be a fun thing. Burks is a beast, man. I don't know if you've watched Burks tapes. I just saw a video on him. Wow. I mean, he's an absolute beast. He's kind of like reminds me of like a DK Metcalf without being like, a diva. So hopefully he won't be a diva. Maybe could be the wide receiver that if we got him that reminds us the most of Altoon. Just the way he jumps up and gets balls, big target, just contesting, at catches, the kind of catches that he makes. He could be a very special receiver. So I like him a little bit better. And if the board holds up the way it is, the current rankings, it's even better for us because I think, because we could trade back a little and get him. So, and get some draft capital. But if they took Garrett Wilson, I trust JD. He showed me with Elijah, never doubt him. When they first took Elijah, I was like, what the hell's going on here? Then I learned about him and I watched tape and I saw what they said about Elijah Moore and I started to get to realize what we got. And I bought his jersey and now I'm super excited. And I think we got like this special guy. So, I would, I would be, I would just trust them. So, Williams is going to be second, third round, maybe fourth round, right? We all saw how far someone can slip when there's uncertainty, especially, might not play their rookie year or a big part of their rookie year, which then affects their sophomore year, because that's their rookie year. And but then all of a sudden you're talking about 1 year and then you have to worry about option. And so a lot of teams just, especially if once he slips out of the first, then you even lose that option year. So it might take a while before somebody's willing to take a risk on him, but I like Burks. If they took Olave, whoever they take, I'm going to trust Joe, and Joe I trust, so, and I think that that's why I would never argue with a wide receiver. Like if they pick a wide receiver, I'll never argue with it because I understand what they're doing. Right. If they're going to say, we'll worry about the defense later, but let's put all the pieces in place for Zach, and they go really high on a receiver, they get a really high on an offensive lineman, then they go really high on a tight end, and people might say they're nuts, that what their defense needed so much help. First of all, we have other picks, so we can still get good defensive guys because it's such a deep draft. We can still get a good linebacker in the second round with one of those other 2 picks that complement tight end. In the third round, we can get a safety. There's still ways we can help improve the defense. Free agency might resolve one of those, and then we can go for the edge early. I mean, there's a million different ways it might happen, but if they decide that they're going to go offense and build around Zach and just give him a machine and say, we need to give him the absolute, make sure he has every tool he needs to meet his full potential and say, we're going to give him a great guard. We're going to give him a great receiver and have 3 really good receivers where you have Elijah Moore, some stud rookie, and Corey Davis, and we're going to give him a great tight end. Now he's got a better offensive line. Becton's coming back. I mean, I'm all for that, man. Like, well, let's bring out Zach's best. I have no problem with that whatsoever. It was something crazy, like 12% of Williams passes were dropped, and it showed. Yeah, dude. I mean, look, no one like I love Zach Wilson. So, um, what are you saying? Okay, I'll get to that, J. Cole. But so many first downs, big plays missed. Yeah, I was bitching every week that Zach Wilson would have 56, 57 completion percentage, and it was such bullshit because I'm not going to say every quarterback has a receiver drops on passes, but if he had the average amount of drops and not the ridiculous amount of drops, he's 63 to 65% completion rate. His quarterback rating goes up. He has a rhythm, more first downs, longer drives. I'm just, it's a totally different situation. So, yeah, man. Corey Davis better work that shit out. I know that Elijah was a rookie, and I know he'll be fine. Corey Davis better work that out. And whoever we pick, that's why I like Traylon Burks. I want a guy with sticky hands, no dropping the ball. So you're asking me if I like girls with booty and or boobs? I like both. I like all kinds of women. I like all women. I mean, I find I don't have a type. Someone says, "What's the type?" Women are beautiful. That's my type. Women are my type. So, but every woman is beautiful in their own different way. But I'm married now, so I'm not allowed to look at them like that anyway. Agreed. Like it's crazy. Yeah, you're talking about how many drops. It was absolutely just. Remember Ty Johnson, what he dropped on the first 3 drives, and he killed the first 3 drives of that game by dropping passes, and they literally took him 3 drives to bench him. And I was like, what the hell? It was just madness. That game might get him. Might stop him from getting a roster spot next year. Like you might see him not make the team because of that. And it's too bad because when Ty Johnson is good, he's good. But when he's bad, he loses games. He costs us. He's a tremendous detriment. Don't forget he doesn't block well in pass protection either. So yeah, I think he's gone. Especially if you'll know he's gone if in the 4th round we pick up Ford from Cincinnati, or pick up another 4th round running back like we did with Michael Carter. If you see that happen, you know that it's pretty much over for him. And I think they like that other kid from San Francisco. I'm drawing a blank every time. I always do that if I don't plan ahead to talk about someone. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kid that Green Bean hates. Not that he hates him, but he doesn't understand why we use him because he likes LaMichael Pirine so much. But that kid had some explosiveness. He had some pop to the ball. Walter, that's his name, Walter. So I think Walter might be your RB3. I think they really like him. They want him to work out. They have an attachment to him. So we'll see. I don't think we need a running back like Perrine. He just needs real opportunity. Cole was good. He's good for the year. And then, yeah, it's definitely not a need. I agree. Running back is not a need. It's a luxury. But if he does it in the 4th round, I'm okay with that. But I agree. I mean, Pirine, first of all, he did nothing to not deserve a chance. And if he doesn't make the squad, I hope somebody picks him up because it's ridiculous. He's done nothing wrong. He does everything well. He blocks well. He catches the ball if you throw it to him. He doesn't go down on the first hit. He's a nice power runner. We could use him as our power guy on short situations. I don't know why he wouldn't make the team. I thought Cole was fine, right? He helps on special teams too. So I don't have any problem with that. If they don't take a running back, I won't be mad at all. If they take someone that, again, I'm going to just trust them. I mean, I don't think it's a need. I think they will take a running back sometime in the next 2 years. I think they're going to bring another young guy in, but it might not be this draft. It might be next year's draft. They'll bring some youth in, but it's just not the room that needs the help, right? I mean, if you think of the spots that Zach needs help right now, he needs help at wide receiver, like people who catch the goddamn ball. and he's going to have a better, more improved second year Elijah Moore. I'm pretty sure of that. Pretty confident. I don't see how Corey Davis is going to get worse as far as dropping passes. I think that was going to go back probably at the end of his career, whenever it ends. He'll look back. That'll probably end up being his worst year as far as drops. And it'd be great to get a third guy in there that we could trust. I mean, I'm not forgetting about Berrios. I just think that Berrios is more of a, and I wouldn't mind if he was our slotting receiver, but as a gadget guy, I like him. Teams, gadget player, get him in, get big plays, special plays designed for him. Great decoy, because then defenses are going to start looking for it, and he's going to cause problems for the opposing defense, and I like it. So I have no problem with that. I have a crazy idea. I think it makes our defense very scary. We take Jordan Davis, throw him next to Quinnen, so he's not double teamed every play, and Nakobe Dean. We would have a top 5 defense. A lot of people would call you a homer for saying that would make us a top 5 defense. I'm not. I think that our defense, there's a few different ways we can go that can make a very big difference to turn our defense around. One is because Lawson's coming back, right? So if Carl Lawson comes back fully healthy, I mean, we're golden anyway. That's going to make a big difference. We're not going to be using garbage heap 6th, 7th, down safeties. We're going to resolve that some way, whether it's free agency, guys getting healthy. So we're going to get a lot better in safety, and we're going to add talents. Yeah, I mean, it's very possible that a couple of picks like that can also turn it around. I love Nakobe Dean, dude. I mean, he'd be great along with C.J. Mosley. That's amazing. I don't know about the other guy. I know that if we go too high in a defensive tackle, a lot of people are going to be upset, because I think we've done that too much in the last decade. So I think that can cause some problems with the fan base. But I don't think Joe Douglas is going to care about the fan base. He's going to do what's best for the team. Yeah, we really do have to trust him. I just wish we knew for sure. So do I. But you don't know about any player for sure. I mean, there was a 2-week phase where I was like a Hutchinson lunatic. Hutchinson. He's going to be T.J. Watt. Hutchinson. But I was like that years ago for Marvin Jones and for Golston. Remember Golston? I mean, these were guys that I thought were cannot miss guys. I thought they were going to be our Lawrence Taylor, and they crashed and burned. So I mean, we just don't have any guarantees. It's sad that with the positions that we go the highest, the biggest positions of need, quarterback and edge, are also the riskiest positions. They're the most common positions for busts. That cornerback, I mean, every position is a potential bust, but those are the most common. I mean, to me, in my experience, like quarterbacks and edge are like rolling dice, even no matter how good they look. I think other positions there are some, like I think offensive line, like tackles and guards, are a little bit higher hit percentage than quarterback and edge, or maybe a lot higher hit percentage. It doesn't mean it never happens that they bust, but I think it's an easier thing to read. You could, through combines, through strength, like, is this guy strong enough to be in the NFL? Speed, is he fast enough? Then you look at the college tape. So, part of me likes that about those kind of picks, because I like safer picks too. The reason I wouldn't be upset if they took Linderbaum is the main reason, other than how good he is and dominating he is that Linderbaum to me is maybe the safest pick in the draft. Maybe with him and Hamilton. I would say Hamilton and Linderbaum are probably, they might not be the best picks for us, but I think for any football team, they're the safest picks. It's hard to think of players that are safer. Maybe Neal from Alabama. I think Alabama, Linderbaum, Neal, and Hamilton are probably the safest picks to me. They're, like, in my opinion, they're just guys who I cannot imagine failing. Everybody else, I think, has some element of risk to them. Yeah, Hutchinson might fall to us. Everybody expects Detroit to take him from Michigan, but we don't know what Detroit's going to do about quarterback. I mean, we just don't know. So we'll have to see. If neither of those two guys are available, we're going to have to figure out what to do. Maybe we make a trade right at that moment with Minnesota. Or maybe we'll already have signed Minnesota, the defensive edge guy, who I think's either a free agent or I don't know. Frankie from Flatbush said something that he was trade bait or somehow he's going to be available. So maybe we go from the kid in Minnesota and we tie up edge before the draft. And if we did that, to me, I still wouldn't be shocked if Thibodeau or Hutchinson slipped, or if Thibodeau slipped, if JD would take him. Like, I would still think and believe there's a chance, even if we got another edge and we had Lawson, I wouldn't put it past them that if Thibodeau was there, they would say it's too much value. I would think that if they picked up the kid from Minnesota, the reason they're doing it is because they don't expect those two guys to fall. But if they did, it doesn't mean we would avoid them. But it certainly would give us a lot of freedom, wouldn't it? If we got that kid and we already had our edge lined up and set up for next year going into the draft, think about that. What that would mean. That would mean if we wanted to take Hamilton or Neal, we could, or we could take that 4 pick and trade it down for so much value. And so we're in a good position, no matter how you cut it. Yeah, man. Why wouldn't we be fine with Hamilton and Linderbaum? I mean, that's two immediate starters that make our team better, right? And probably NFL high impact NFL players, like Pro Bowl, all pro type players in their future. I mean, how would we not like that? And what great, I don't care what position, because we know if Hamilton works out and meets the potential that they're talking about, we know what safety could do. Ronnie Lott, Troy, Ed Reed. We've seen what a special safety can do in this league and what they can and how they can transform a defense. Now, as we get Hutchinson and a Jobo, imagine the rotation with them and Lawson. Yeah, I mean, look, it's not impossible, especially if we traded down and took a Jobo later and had, and gained a 2nd-round pick and a 3rd-round pick, and we had all these extra picks. It's not impossible that you do that, because you can, if you did that, there's plenty of safeties, linebackers, and guys like that in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. There's such a deep draft. It's amazing. Every time I go through a mock, I'm like blown away by just how deep it is. I'm like up to pick 60, 65, 70, and there's still like quality guys that I know from college. I've seen the tape already, that I used to watch. I've watched play on Saturdays, and we're imagining my head, wouldn't it be great if the Jets can get that guy? And I was assuming they'd be 1st-round picks, and we couldn't get them, and blah blah blah. And now all of a sudden, I'm like seeing their names like available in the 3rd round. Like, holy cow, we can actually get those guys, like Battle and Christian Harris, linebacker. I mean, are you kidding me? Sometimes those guys are available in the 3rd round. That's just like insane to me. At one point they had McBride, remember, ranked at 83. That was ridiculous. He went up to 55 now, and now the mocks have him getting taken sooner than that, which is so much more realistic. I was like, McBride, man, how are they overlooking this kid? He's like, I don't even know. I think I take McBride over Wademeyer. And they have, and I don't understand Isaiah Likely. And, I might look like an idiot, because Isaiah Likely might end up being like the best tight end of all of them, but I don't even look his way when I'm doing the mocks. I don't even look at Isaiah Likely. I don't know what it is about him. There's just something that, and I got to look at more tape, but he just never stood out to me to be like Wademeyer and Jeremy Ruckert and Charlie Kohler and, of course, McBride, and those guys just jump out more to me, as guys that I see as a Jet. So I don't get it. Yeah, you don't look at him either, right? Nobody looks at Likely. And there are other teams that are. There's probably other teams that need tight end. Like, for all we know, Minnesota's sitting there going, we got to get Isaiah Likely, and all their fans are excited about this kid. And I'm like, none of us buy into it. Maybe maybe it's because we look at Draft Tech, and I trust that website too, and I don't think they like him too much. So all I know is nobody has gotten me excited about him. So, Schultz was the best Cowboy receiver today. Yeah, he's going to be expensive. Again, if Joe wants him, though, I won't complain, because good players are expensive. If you want to fill a position, in free agency, what you're doing is you're getting somebody who's more of a guarantee, right? You know that you're getting somebody that's not going to be like a draft pick that's a bust. So that's what you're paying for. You're paying for the experience. The guy comes ready to play. You already know what you're getting. And don't think that the Jets, if JD wants him, he's the only GM that's going to want him. Dallas has all kind of cap issues, so they're going to have a problem with it. JD doesn't go big though. Like he's not going to blow the whole wad on a tight end, especially with a draft that's deep in tight end where we have a lot of capital. But if he's in JD's price range, how sweet would that be? Like we would be thrilled. I don't know any Jets fan who could possibly be anything less than thrilled if we were to sign Schultz. I mean, that we know right at that moment that Zach has a target that he can trust. A best friend type receiver, right? That guy that's going to be that safety valve right there. Then you give him that with Michael Carter. He has two of those safer kind of, safety valves progressed, check down to either of those two guys. It really will change our offense. But but again, we need the right guard also. I do not want to go into the right guard situation. I liked LVT when he came to the team and what he did for the run blocking, but we need a guy who does both. I don't want to see games where every time we snap the ball and go back for a pass, somebody is in Zach's face forced the pocket every single time. I am so fed up with that. Like, I just want to be a normal team. I'm watching teams today. I'm watching teams all weekend, and I'm watching their quarterbacks sit there in the pocket. I'm not saying we need 8 seconds, but I'm watching them sit in the pocket with no one in their face on multiple plays where they get to go through their progressions, and then you go back and watch a Jet game. He never gets to do it. Like sometimes he did, but it was always very tucked into the pocket. Like it was always very stressful. I just want him to drop back 3 to 4 steps and have time. Sometimes we need to win those battles in the trenches. Sometimes we need to make it easy for him. You can't take a rookie quarterback and say, we're never going to make it easy for you. Every single time that you drop back, there's going to be guys in your face. So I want that guard, and I want freaking Becton back healthy, and I want Fant, the way he played, work out who plays the right side, the left side. I don't care. Let's just, let's AVT, let's stay healthy. Let's get some depth at OL if one of them goes down, and let's just give Zach some time and see what the kid can do. And then you give him a tight end on top of that. Oh, crazy. The potential is crazy. Would you like to do a quick one? Maybe just 2, 3, 5 rounds. I think it's so funny. Everybody gets on me and says, you do so many mock sales. Like, but everybody likes them, right? Everybody likes doing mocks. And why am I going to say no to you? You're here, and that's what you're asking for. And I know that if we ask J. Cole, he's going to say, yeah, let's do a mock, right, J. Cole? I don't know if what's his face? Let me see. I don't know if Bryant is still here, but if he is, chime in. But you're the only one talking right now. So who doesn't enjoy a mock? Let's do a mock. And by some magical coincidence, guess what? You're not going to believe this. I actually have it open already because I knew. I don't even come online to do this. Okay, you're here. Brian, do you want a mock? I don't even start streaming until I have this on my other monitor every single time. Like it's just, because every time we're here hanging out, it'll come up. Everybody will come up and say, let's do a mock. It doesn't matter if we do 3 to 5 rounds or 7, really, to be honest with you, because what's going to happen is then if we make trades, we're going to want to see what we do with those picks. And I don't spend a lot of time on 5, 6, 7, those rounds anyway. We pretty much throw our darts and just go by position. So let's just do the whole thing. Let me select Jets, 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 and let's draft. Oh, Hutchinson and Thibodeau. And look at the top 3 who went. Thibodeau, Hutchinson, George Karlaftis. So what this means to me is we're not getting an edge this draft. That's why Joe Douglas might trade for the kid or get the kid from Minnesota. What's up, Braden? How you doing? I was just waiting for the mock. Let me show that. That's freaking hysterical. Okay, that's all I'm good for is a mock. Nah, Braden hangs out for me and my brother's watch parties. Yeah, all of you that stay for the watch parties, man, that's dedication. To put up with me and my brother while you're watching football, that's dedication. But anyway, yeah, here we go. We're being offered a trade. I just want to say at this point that we lost the three. We're not getting an edge rusher this draft, probably. Oh, we can get a Jobo. You're right. You're right. Definitely not here, though. Yeah, we're not going to make a Jobo the fourth pick. The question is, do we grab him at 10 and trade this fourth for 23, 54, 85, second and third, which will guarantee us either Traylon Burks or Nakobe Dean or Lloyd, the linebacker. So if we traded with the Raiders and took this offer, we will get Nakobe Dean, Greg Lloyd, or Traylon Burks. All three will not be gone. So I promise you that, or Drake London will be there too. Okay? So the other option is to take Kyle Hamilton or Evan Neal. So that's what we're talking about right now. Do we want to take Hamilton or do we want to take the trade? Or do we want to take Neal? It's like three choices. Now, the Raiders are offering us the 23rd pick, which could be later used for Nakobe Dean or Burks. They're offering us the 54th pick. It's a second-round pick, late second round. 85th pick, third round. And they're giving us next year their second and their third, which is the equivalent of their third and their fourth. That's a lot of capital. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Hamilton because that's it seems you guys want to do that. And guess what? I like Hamilton too because what we were talking about before, we cannot afford to miss. And this is a guy who's not going to miss. Okay. Worst case scenario is he's like very, very good, but he's not Ed Reed, like kind of superstar. Like he's just a really good player. That's the worst case. And I don't even believe that's going to happen. So at pick 10, let's look at the deals. Okay, I want to say that Garrett Wilson is still up there at number 10. Chris Olave is still up there at 12. So Wilson and Olave are on the board. Two amazing wide receivers. Derek Stingley on the board. Lindenbaum on the board. Jameson Williams, they haven't updated it yet. Derek Stingley is on the board. Lots of good guys. If we trade down to 18, one of them will slip. Ajabo is ranked 18. He's way down there. But there's a chance he'll be gone. Okay? But also, we have not gotten any draft capital yet. And I really don't want to leave this draft. I'm really hoping that JD trades down on one of them, still gets one of the guys we like. Because I think we need some cap rate. We need to start building up. This rebuild is not going to be finished this year. I'm trying to go away from Neal because from trusted sources, he's much better as a tackle than a guard. Oh, and I want guys who can play guard like Green and Cross. Okay, that makes sense. Saints offer isn't bad. Ajabo will go sooner than 18, most likely. He will, so we'll lose the chance to get Ajabo. Giants took quarterback and Green, QB and Green. That can really happen. Yeah, it definitely can happen. I don't think the Giants take a quarterback that high, though. I think they wait to the second round because, yeah, I think they're going to go more the insurance policy kind of way and not we definitively know that Daniel Jones is not the future. So there's 4 offers. Let's look at the next one. Kansas City, we're not going down to 29. I'm not even going to look at it. Houston, we're not going down to 37. Not ridiculous offer from Houston. It's a joke. Pittsburgh wants us to go down to 20. It's not very, and they want our 108, so it's not as good an offer as New Orleans. Well, New Orleans wants I will say, I forgot to say, they want our 69. So they want us to pick down to 18 and give them our 69th pick for their 49th pick. That's all of a sudden not so attractive. That's not so attractive to me anymore. Kansas City's offering us a bomb of picks and their second and third next year, and all they want is the 10th, but then we lose out on everyone. Houston wants I don't care that they want our 162nd. The problem is they want us to trade our 10 for 37, 68, and 80, and next year's second and third. Ton of picks, but that takes us out of the running. And then Pittsburgh wants us to go down to 20. but they also want us to throw an order in. Okay, so let's do a non-trade draft for the first round. And I'm going to say that David Ajabo, we're going to go for edge. We're just going to take an edge. So we're going to have to go for offense in the second round because we didn't take a wide receiver just now, right? I don't want to go back on everything we were just saying that we need to do, for Zach Wilson. So, okay, so I did not expect this to happen. And this is, okay, so Carolina wants to give us, for our 35th, their 105th pick, their 148th pick, and their next year's first round pick. But here's the problem. Oh, San Francisco wants to give us for 35 and our 160, their 53rd and their second. That makes no sense. Why would I do that? Carolina is offering their first round pick. That's tempting, guys. They're offering our, but here's what's crazy. I got to read to you who's on the board. Tyler Lindenbaum is still on the board. Can we really sit here and say that we're not going to take Lindenbaum if he's there in the second round? That is a steal. That is a steal. We're turning down a first-round pick for next year, though. I think we have to take it. I told Greenbean, I said, hey, man, I took Lindenbaum in the draft because he was there in the second round. He said, oh, yeah. He said, dude, you got to take him, man. Now, you know how Greenbean doesn't say dude. He says, man, you got to take him, man. You got to take that. So, okay. We got Tyler Lindenbaum. I feel like we got 3 first-round picks instead of 2. And then we get to go right again in 38. Now, let's take a review. We just went defense first, Hamilton and Ajabo. We got our edge and our safety. Hopefully, Ajabo is going to pan out. It's a little bit of a risk. But Lindenbaum makes that feel all the better because if Ajabo's a bust, at least we got Hamilton and Lindenbaum. We got 2 of the safest picks in the draft. I mean, they are going to be Jets for years, and they're going to be very good Jets. And they're going to help make us a better team. Ajabo, we cross our fingers and we pray. Because if he works out, think of how good we could be. And then, and we also remember that we have Carl Lawson coming back, and we pray that he's going to be good. Okay? So, yeah, I feel that coming, Braden. I know. He gets to learn from Lawson, so that's cool. Yeah, absolutely. So now we need a linebacker. I agree. The problem is we have done nothing for Zach either, but okay. I don't know if JD thinks they need a linebacker, but I agree with you, Braden. I think we do. Like, I don't agree with the team that we can keep converting these guys. I do not believe in Sherwood. I do not believe in Nazeldine. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm not putting my trust in that. And I don't want to go another year where we can't defend the screen because we don't have a freaking linebacker, right? Now, tight end is a deeper position. Tight end's a deeper position. Like at 69, we'll get a type. I feel like I'm being like pornographic. I keep saying 69, but that's the number for a pick. I think it's. I think we have to. I think we have to think about. I think we have to. We have to right now. So keep in mind, Lindenbaum moves McGovern over to right guard, and to compete with LVT. That's our situation. That's our reality. Okay, so we're going to look at the linebackers. We're going to do that. We're going to look at the linebackers, and we're going to look. I'm telling you, there's going to be stronger linebackers out there than tight ends. Okay, stupid thing. I got to get rid of the advertisement. That's what's locking me in. Okay, so let's close this, and we're going to look at the linebackers. We got quarterback, edge, Kingsley Edenbear. That's a guy we might end up taking. Also, Myjai Sanders. These are guys that Joe Douglas might fall in love. There's another edge up there, Drake Jackson. There's a lot of second-round edges, by the way. And one of them's going to hit. Zion Johnson, offensive guard. We don't need him because we took Lindenbaum. Isaiah Likely's the top-rated linebacker, but I say bullshit. Yeah. The Sherwood Nazeldine experiment was a failure. I agree. So the top-rated linebacker is Brandon Smith, who goes to linebacker, who is coming from Linebacker University. David Bell's a very good wide. So I'm gonna go. I'm thinking depth. We're going to be able to get a tight end. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a linebacker with our next pick. We didn't do any trades. So at 69, I think they all might be gone. Christian Harris gone. So we're going to take Brandon Smith and lock up the linebacker position. Okay? So that's done. Now we get down to pick 69. San Francisco wants to offer us 87 and their third for our 69th and our 162nd. Don't see the value in that. Minnesota wants us to go down to 77, and they want to swap next year's sixth, our sixth, and their fourth. That's ridiculous. No value in that. At least not that's making it worth us trading down. And now we have to find our tight end, right? So let's look. McBride's probably not there. Oh, Christian Harris was still there. We should remember that for next time. Roger McCreary is there. Kyler Gordon is there. Okay. So McBride is gone. Yeah, that sucks. Let's look. Let's see who's left. Jaleel Billingsley is left. Now, when do we pick again? We pick again at 108. So I don't think we could take any chances. I think we have to grab Billingsley right now. Now, don't be too down on Billingsley, okay? We all got to see him play a lot for Alabama. He's a good tight end. He's a great blocker. He's a decent receiver. Hopefully now we're hoping that this draft would mean we got Schultz, so we don't even care as far as receiver. Two types of, because remember, we'll already know who we got in free agency when the draft comes. We have to remember that. Some of these positions and picks will not make sense based on what we do in free agency. Two types of tight ends come from Alabama. There are the designated blockers, like Miller Forrestall and Hale Hedges. These players may have receiving ability, but are primarily utility players. And then there are the skilled receivers, like O.J. Howard and Irv Smith. These players ultimately receive more NFL interest because they can impact the game at its most pivotal moments. Billingsley fits the second mold. Although he has a strong blocking prowess, his receiving upside will likely be what earns him a spot in the 2022 NFL Draft. But does he have the upside to challenge for a day 2 spot like Smith, or even coveted round 1 selection like Howard? Let's dive into the tape and discuss. Guys, do we grab Billingsley now? He's the number 1 tight end on the board. There's still Cade Otton. Later on, there's guys like Trey Barry, LaPorta, Jeremy Ruckert, Charlie Kolar, Josh Wiley. There's a lot of other guys on the board later. But Billingsley is a pretty safe pick. But, yeah, Roger McCreary would be a freaking great pick. But a lot of people are arguing that Echols is good. He's going to evolve and only get better, and he's going to be a decent cornerback. So people are arguing that we don't need him. So we have to just, decide. It's a tough decision, man. It's not easy being a GM. The value right there is not there on wide receiver. It's simply not there. It's there on cornerback. It's there on corner. But it's not there on tight end. And it's not there on wide receiver. We'd have to reach really far down for a wide receiver, all the way down to Wan'Dale Robinson from Kentucky. So, from that perspective, it's so tempting to just say, fuck it, and grab Christian Harris and let's build ourselves a fucking defense. Isn't it? Think about it. Christian Harris. Oh my God. Think of that linebacker. Brandon Smith, Christian Harris, C.J. Mosley. Holy shit. That would be the tits. Okay. Now do we take McCreary or Kyler Gordon? I love Kyler Gordon, but McCreary is the safer pick. He definitely is. LSU, baby. He's good. Let's throw McCreary in there. Sala would love that linebacker core. Yeah, how wouldn't he? Let's just take McCreary, though. See what happens. I'm gonna piss some people off. Man, I hope Get My Bob doesn't end up watching this. Oh no, we took a Jabo. He might be happy. Edge is his big thing. Edge. He gets mad at me when we don't take an edge. So check it out. Billingsley is still there, guys. And now he's a high value guy for where he is. He's the second guy on the board. So I think you just have to take it. The value is there for him right now. So to me, that's a no-brainer. You take Jaleel Billingsley. He's there. He's the value pick in this spot. It's the 108th pick. He's the 94th ranked guy. You just grab him. There's your tight end. Boom. We could even get some insurance for him later. I wish somebody would offer us a trade so we can get some extra picks. We still got 114, 145, and 162. Okay, now we got to decide what position we want to go. We have not taken a running back. We don't need a safety. I mean, we do need another safety with Hamilton, but we're not going to do it. Zachary Carter from Florida, defensive tackle, is tempting. We need a defensive tackle. Believe it or not, yeah, we do. Rashad White, running back. That's our best running back on the board. That sucks, but we don't need a running back. The best wide receiver right now is Khalil Shakir, but I think there's guys that slip. There's Jeffrey Gunter hanging around down there. But when you go down further, there's other wide receivers. So, yeah. Good pick. All right, cool. You guys are behind me a little bit, so my call. Man, it's such an unpopular pick to do this. It's so unpopular. Let me read about this guy. Experience playing as a 3-4 defensive end. He's also lined up as a traditional outside defensive end in a 4-man front. He's 6'4", 285. He fits best on the interior or the defensive line at the next level. However, that would be a disservice to his ability as a genuine 4-3 defensive end prospect. Carter has shown flash. He's not a match for us, guys. Zachary Carter is not a match. Huh. This is a tough one. Yeah, Pickens is there, but I think he's going to be there later. I didn't want to reach too soon for him. He's like 132, and we pick again at 145. We can grab Pickens now because in real life, Pickens really isn't that low. It's bullshit. Like we'd be lucky to get Pickens at 114 in real life. There's no freaking way he's slipping this far. I don't believe it. Okay, we took Pickens. You asked for it, you got it. Could have had John Mechie, though, just saying. Maybe. I didn't check. Okay, let's look and see who's there. John Ridgeway, defensive tackle, Arkansas. Let's take a look at him. We could go, since we don't know what's going to happen in free agency, we could pretend we didn't get a tight end and we can grab another tight end just to have 3 guys. We'll have like Billingsley, whoever we pick in Yeboah, and just hope that one of them works out. So we can do that. We can get another safety. Yusuf Carker is pretty good. Out of Kentucky. We can grab an edge. Let's read about this edge. I want to read about John Ridgeway. He's a tackle. We do need another tackle, guys. We got to bring one in. Listed size is a question mark for Walker, but it's not for one. So just Ridgeway, transfer from Illinois State, stands at 6'6", 320 pounds. He was productive with the Redbirds, immediately fit in with his Razorback teammates. The ease of his transition was impressive. It's something that magnifies his appeal. With his size, Ridgeway has great length. Earlier reports list his arms around 34 inches. Holy shit. That length allows Ridgeway to levy violent extensions against his opponents, and he has strength to disengage as well. With the decent first step, Diggs can carry a great deal of momentum into his rushes, and his well-proportioned frame makes him tough to move in the run game. Wow. Could use a guy like that. That's why I hope we get multiple players from trades. How many linebackers we got? We only got one linebacker. Guys, we didn't make trades, so we didn't load up in any one position. We got a safety, edge, center, linebacker, cornerback, tight end, wide receiver. I would like to double up at tight end. or linebacker, in my opinion. There's not really the nearest linebacker to fit that mold is Terrell Bernard from Baylor, but there's also Zacoby McClain, who I do like at linebacker, so we can grab Zacoby McClain. It's not a bad pick. I think Kolar will be there with our next pick, so we don't have to race for him right now. We can focus more on, do we want to take this good defensive tackle, or do we want to grab linebacker right now? And again, I don't think that I just don't know him, so I don't trust it. I know Zacoby McClain, so I feel a little bit better about that than I do about Terrell Bernard from Baylor. But who's probably good. Coming soon. There's no info on him. I'm just not ready to take a guy like that. Whereas McClain, I actually watched him play for Auburn, even though they don't have any data on him here. Kohler will be there with the next pick. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think they're going to take another linebacker. Let's be realistic. They really believe in Sherwood. They're not giving up on that. Like, we have to accept that. And they also like Quincy Adams. As much as inconsistent as he is, they like him. So if we already picked a linebacker and we don't do any trades and we have a limited amount of picks, we're not taking two. We might decide, Braden, that we should, but they're not going to. So I'm just being like, in that sense, it's just not going to happen anyway. So, part of the fun is the possibilities, right, of what we're really going to see. I'm going to take this tackle because I think it's a Joe Douglas type of move. We have to build the trenches. And we need to find our guy that's going to go next to Q Williams. Really. Okay, so here's our final pick. Let me go with the offense, tight ends. And Charlie Kolar is still there. And we're going to grab him. Man, he better work out. Otherwise, I'm going to make, like Green Bean and me, a lot of us are never going to hear the end of it if it doesn't work out. All we do is talk about Charlie Kolar and how good he is, and yet he's ranked like 162nd in the country. So let's look at it, guys. Let's see how I did. Or we did, because I listened to you guys a lot. So let's see how we did. We got Kyle Hamilton at safety. Okay, so we got a transformational player. We got a guy who is going to transform this defense. There hasn't been a guy to come out like him in a long time. So, he's tall, amazing pass defender, fills the gap on the run, does it all. Nothing like Jamal Adams. Then we get David Ajabo at the 10th pick. So we're reaching a little bit, tiny bit, but maybe not. I think there are teams that would take him. We really got to hope Ajabo works out. That's the key to this draft. If someone said, what's the key to if this was our draft and people look back and said, what was the key to the 2022 draft? The key to that draft was David Ajabo. But you know what? If he was a bust, but Kyle Hamilton plays like Ed Reed and is that kind of, impact player, and Lindenbaum becomes a top 3 center, like a Nick Mangold type center for years to come, and pancakes people and helps our running game, and Brandon Smith becomes a starting linebacker and is a solid, player that we love and was, like a Lance Mel when we had him, and, just ends up being one of those really good linebackers for us for years. And if Roger McCreary ends up starting over Eccles and we get, and he's like a Bryce Hall type or better or the same, anything like that, and he ends up being a starting cornerback that we like, that's really good. And then we fill the tight end position with Billingsley or Kolar, like one of them makes that position strong for us. And if George Pickens ends up being in the top 3 at wide receiver, if he ends up being another target for Zach and someone, that performs and puts and produces, then this dart on John Ridgeway. Ridgeway would just have to be a starter if he a part of the rotation. If he was a good, solid defensive tackle that came in and helped stop the run, this would be a great draft. So, yeah, I mean, look, he's really a risk. He's a reach like Ajabo. He is. I mean, but when you watch the tape, it's not bad. It's just, is he going to pan out or not? I know edge is a risky position no matter who you take, and Jet fans should know that because we've done it in the past. We've went high. We've taken more outside linebacker when we were more in the 3-4, but we've done it and it's blown up in our face. So it's not, there's never a guarantee, but you never know. What if he's a 15 sack guy a year? What if that happens? We don't know that he's not. So, it's hard because it's not only he's raw, but he played opposite Hutchinson. So does one make the other better? But he'll be playing opposite Lawson, so that's going to make him better too. So, what do you think it costs to trade up from 4 to 2? Man, it's at least the first round, a first round or next year's first round pick, with maybe a third or a fourth, like maybe our third this year. It's expensive, man. I know it feels like people don't think it's, people act like, like it's only 2 picks, but those first round picks, each spot is like a lot of points on the chart, like point value. It would be really expensive to trade up. It would cost us a lot and maybe not worth it because we have so many needs. We might not have the luxury to trade up. Right? It would, Owen's saying it too much. It would trade too much for where we are as a team. We just have too many holes. I mean, we obviously can't give up our number 1 next year because remember, we're not done. And that's when everyone's getting pissed. Like when they see us do the mocks or they see, we talk about free agents, we are not filling every gap, every hole this year. It's just not going to happen. Even if we do it with the top 22, even if we go in and say, oh, look, Jeremy, you were wrong. We managed to get 11 guys on both sides that we're happy with. There's no depth, though, right? We're not there yet. It takes time. That's only 22. We need 40. I'm not saying all 48 have to be quality starting type guys, but you need 40 guys you can trust on the 48 that dress. 40 that can contribute to the team, and if they come into the game, you can trust them. I mean, and we are so far from that. So we we could sit there and pray that we have no injuries, but in reality, we know that we're gonna have injuries. So it's gonna be some time. We're just not gonna turn this around. Like the casual fans out there that are mad, oh, we only won 4 games, we suck, and we're only if we win 6 or 7 games, people are happy about it. That's ridiculous. We should go to the playoffs already. It's like, no. It's just that can't be the expectation because we know that players are going to get hurt, and we just don't have the depth yet. It's just not there. Now we can get lucky, like Buffalo was very fortunate. Most of the year they were very healthy. It could happen for us that we have very few injuries, that they're not serious injuries, that they're the injuries that happen in areas that we do have some depth, like little areas where we can afford it a little bit. And we can be okay. But there's also that chance that we're going to have the injuries and we're going to get exposed because we're not going to have the guys that can come in and fill them yet because it takes more than 2 years to rebuild a team. Sorry for my rant, but you could tell that I've been reading too much Twitter because there's just too much of an expectation that you could turn around the team in a year or two. And when it's happened because if you look, and it was almost every circumstance, it was a team that had a really bad coach or needed a quarterback. They had adversity. They didn't overcome it. Then new coach came in, pulled their shit together. They added some good talent. They had some cap space, and they were okay. But that's not we're a fucking expansion team, guys, or we were. When we went into last year's draft, we were an expansion team. We had 3 guys. Right? We had Becton, who ended up not even playing for us. We had this guy at corner who looked like that he might have potential as a rookie to be a good CB2, maybe bottoms of the league CB1 and Bryce Hall. That's what we had. He didn't play that well, but he was a rookie, and we knew that he had potential. Some people liked him, and now it's turning out that he's good. We thought we had a wide receiver that was decent in Mims, right? We had Quinn and Williams. right? And there wasn't a lot. When you have 48 guys, 53 on the active roster, 48 dressing, that's not a lot of guys. We also had Marcus May at safety, but not a great player. He's just good. Everyone forgets that he's just a good safety. That's what we had. So we need to understand that it's going to take time, because when you look at these championship teams, man, they have a lot of players, and when guys go down, the guys that come in do pretty good. That's what I saw. I've been seeing it like for the Raiders all year. Why they kept losing guys of adversity, but new guys would step up and come in for them and do the job. We see it all the time with really good teams. New England through the years when they would get hurt, um, they have guys that just come in. Next guy up. We filled out the holes. Our defense. These picks got a generational center and wide receiver, and the wide receiver and 2 tight ends for Wilson, and that's just the draft. Yeah, but I don't know about Pickens. I mean, there's got to be a reason they're down on him. But I think Pickens will be. I think he'll be an NFL wide receiver. I don't know if he's going to be special, but he looked special to me in college. I'll say that. For some reason, you don't like the idea of trading for Ridley. Well, there's a very good reason that you shouldn't like the idea of trading for Ridley. And because mental health is something I deal with in my job, in my occupation. And let me tell you something: mental health is not snap a finger. Mental health is not prescribe a drug. Mental health is a lifetime battle. Even if a drug is effective, it changes. Your body changes. And through those adjustments, there's hard times. And for Ridley to physically be fine and just not play for the Falcons and be out for no known reason, that you cannot take that lightly. It's not like everybody when you see a guy, man, when you see a guy not playing, and all of a sudden you think Atlanta a team that wants to in a position that they would want to trade Ridley for a second rounder? Like if Atlanta trades Ridley for a second rounder, doesn't that by definition mean something's wrong? Who would do that? If you had Ridley on your team and something wasn't severely wrong, would you ever trade someone with that kind of talent for a second round pick? It's like something's wrong, guys. Something is wrong. We don't know what it is. So yeah, I have no like argument to having for having doubts about that. Like that, we and also you said it mainly because you don't want to give the picks. I don't trust the player, and I feel bad because it's not his fault. Like mental health, it's his responsibility to get help, right? Everybody's got to be accountable for their life when they grow up and become an adult. But mental health is an awful, horrible thing. It's brutal, man. I see kids, they really struggle. When you have kids that are 10, 11 years old talking about suicide, it's hard, it's heavy stuff. And I'm not, this is a business of trying to sign players to win championships. We can't be, it can't be like using your heart and saying, well, let's try to help him. Like he has to do that. There's people around him, I'm sure. He has to get the help he needs. But for right now, he's not a very attractive person to bring into your team, because we love ballers. We love guys who love football. That's who we want, guys who love to play. And Ridley chose not to play for whatever weird reason, like some kind of thing with the management, whatever it is. He stepped off the football field. He stepped away from his teammates. So, yeah, we just have to hope he's okay as a human being, right? And it's sad. Addiction with Josh Gordon could have been like a legendary Hall of Fame wide receiver. The guy, man, when he played, he was so good. Like just so good, so dominating, like the best when he was on the field, the best in those years in 2014, 15. When he played, he was ridiculous. What a waste. And when I say waste, I mean what a sad, horrible thing with the addiction. It's awful. It destroys lives. So, it destroys lives at every level. So when we see it, it's so easy for people to, like, when we see it at the level of like an NFL football player or a Major League Baseball player, we say that's ridiculous. They had everything, millions of dollars. They had everything to play a game, but it doesn't matter. Like, mental health, like, is mental health. It doesn't matter if you have $1 billion, and it doesn't matter if you're poor living in the street. Either way, it's the same thing in that it's going to affect your behavior, who you are, and the decisions you make. And addiction is the same thing. You don't, like, having more to lose. We, as frustrating as it is, and we want to say it to someone, you have so much to live for. Doesn't everybody? If I had a teacher who was addicted to drugs and they were throwing their life away, wouldn't it be just as passionate for me to want to help them as a professional athlete? Who cares if one makes millions and one is a teacher who just makes 50 grand a year? Who cares? It's a life, right? So it's not like one is more important than the other. It's an awful thing. And it's like, whether it happens to an athlete or whether it happens to any person in our lives, mental health is issues, and destroying someone's life is a horrible tragedy. It's a horrible waste, no matter what their occupation, no matter how much money they have. And we're seeing it happen on a stage with these professional players. They're put on a stage, and it's sad because they don't even get to live, with privacy, and we don't know what it is, right? And there would have to be some disclosure on that to the Jets, at least. They would never tell us. But obviously, if JD was to do it, there would have to be some type of disclosure of what's going on with him. We would need some kind of report and some kind of understanding that what happened. We can't just go by their word. Oh, we just had a little agreement. They didn't want to play. No, they would have to find out exactly what was wrong. So you're going to have people out there pissed off. We're so stupid that we didn't go for Ridley. That's what you're going to have people saying. And they have no idea. They have no idea. Everybody just thinks it's within someone's control. Oh no, just coach him up. Like, that's not how mental illness works. You think that anybody who struggles with mental illness was because nobody wanted to help them? I work with adults where all day we're trying to help kids. All we're trying to do is help them. We're giving them incentives. We're loving them, filling them with love, whatever they need. We're doing everything in our power to help them. And for some of them, we can't do anything for them. So there's no magic that our coaching staff is going to have for an adult that has some type of mental illness. If he's manic depressed, if he's bipolar, if he has schizophrenia, whatever his issue is, there's so many different possibilities. No matter what that issue is, whether it's emotional, issues with emotional and control of his emotions because of trauma, whatever it is, it's not something where you could just snap your fingers and fix. They tried. You saw them try with Antonio Brown. They tried. They couldn't help him. So many people tried. Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, did everything he could to help this guy. And he couldn't. So, because the guy's got to want to be helped, and you need the right people that are able to help him. So I'm ranting, but it's true. And, and that's a real thing with Ridley, and Owen wants me to shut up and do the draft. Let me see and make sure my wife hasn't texted me. I'm not going to do another draft if it's going to cost me my marriage. She's obviously still working. One of the things I'm very fortunate about, guys, is she's really, really slow. Like, as far as working, like, she's the slowest worker. Like, I can write a 2-page paper in 5 minutes. She takes like 8 hours. Of course, mine needs tons of editing and all that stuff, but still, it's a beautiful thing because it allows me to hang out with you. When it's supposed to be an hour, I end up getting 2. So what that was crazy what happened with AB. Yeah, we don't even know what it is. I mean, he's obviously got some issues, whatever it is. Let's say we trade for with the Lions. Okay, so you haven't even started and you're already suggesting we do the trades. Okay. Let's start a new sim. Let's pick the Jets. 7 rounds, fast. We might get interrupted. She might say, "Come down," and I'm gonna have to just go down and get down there. Although it's getting late night, I'm tired and I don't know what we're gonna watch. Okay, so in this draft, we're not getting any trade offers for our number 4 pick, which is really odd because Kayvon Thibodeau is on the board. So I don't think I have to ask you guys. I think we know what we need to do here. Kayvon Thibodeau is on the board, and we're picking. So if this was to happen, and it's not impossible, it could happen. We would be very, very happy, I think. I think we'd all be. You know what we need to do. We can't see it, though. Yeah, it's hard to see it happening, but there is a way it could happen. Jacksonville could take Evan Neal. And, Jacksonville deserves that outcome. You know why? And I was thinking about this the other day. They had the opportunity last year with the 25th pick to take a tackle or a guard or take somebody to help on that offensive line. And these stupid morons took a running back. I have nothing against Travis Etienne. I have nothing against him. Why would you take a running back? You just draft. I say this in my intros. You've heard me say this. It's if they would have taken Creed Humphreys, not even a tackle, but there were so many guys. I'm forgetting the names. There were so many guys. If they would have taken a tackle, because the Raiders took Leatherwood, so there were other guys that slipped that we liked. If they would have taken a tackle or a guard with that pick, the Jaguars could take Thibodeau. And if in this situation in real life, if this happened, the reason they had to take Evan Neal was because they took a running back last year, even though they had one. He's a good running back. It's so stupid. Urban Myers didn't just hurt them for last year. If this unfolded this way, he impacted this draft. They're forced to take Evan Neal because they took a running back last year. So now they lose out on edge. Now, Detroit takes Aiden Hutchinson. Nobody has a problem seeing that. Tons of people think that that's a possibility. There's so many people that think Aiden Hutchinson is a possibility for Detroit because he went to Michigan. And people want Hutchinson over Thibodeau anyway. It's a debate anyway. It's like Justin Fields and Zach Wilson. People argue about it all the time, right? So, San Francisco, Mac Jones or Trey Lance. I mean, there's a lot of people saying they would take Hutchinson over Thibodeau, so that's believable. And then Houston takes Andrew Booth Jr., which is the biggest load of shit I have ever seen. There's no fucking way that Houston is taking Andrew Booth Jr. Now, they might take Derek Stringley. They might take Kyle Hamilton. They might. I don't know that they will. I'm just saying they might. It's possible. They might take Matt Corral. It's possible that they might do that. So it's not impossible that we can get Thibodeau. It's possible. I'm not saying it's more than 50%, but it's possible. But it's not because Houston's going to take Andrew Booth Jr., because that would be, to me, the most shockingly stupid pick that I've seen since I don't know when. Like, I don't know how in the world they would take Andrew Booth with that pick. If you're going to take Andrew Booth Jr. with the 3rd pick, you trade down. You trade down. You trade with the Jets, even if you were the dumbest team. You have to be smart enough to know that you can go to the Jets and say, hey, give me next year's 4th round or 5th round pick, and I'll let you come up to 3. And Joe Douglas looks at that and says, holy shit, I could grab Thibodeau. Otherwise, they might trade it to somebody else, and somebody else is going to trade Thibodeau. Oh, I'm good trade up to get Thibodeau before me, like the Giants or Carolina. Like, someone's going to go for Thibodeau if we don't, right? So Houston could so easily trade back 2 or 3 spots and still get Andrew Booth Jr. if they think for some reason he's the best cornerback on the board. So this is impossible unless they have the absolute worst GM in the history of the NFL. But anyway, we're going to smile and we're just going to take Thibodeau. I'm going to shut up now and take Thibodeau. Okay? I'm not even asking you guys. I'm taking them, whether you like it or not. Okay? You guys don't get any say in that. Okay? Agreed, love. That's why one of the choices. Yeah. I don't know why that's the choice. I don't know why they do that in this thing. But anyway, we're getting an offer and we already have our edge. And this is where I'm okay trading. And we have 4 offers to look at. Arizona wants our 10th and our 162nd pick. They'll give us their 24th, which still gets us super high talent. They'll give us their 56th second round pick. And they will give us next year's second. Okay, let's see what the next offer is. Kansas City, if we trade down to 29, we're already saying no. Dallas, 28, nope, not going to do it. So here's something that's very, very tempting. We go down to 15. All our guys will still be there. We go down to 15 and they're all still there. All the guys we like, right? Because right now it's DeVartin Meal, Kalera Elam, Olavi, Cross, Stingley, Jamison Williams, which is a joke, Tyler Lindenbaum, Jordan Davis. It's all a joke right now. Okay, Devin Lloyd, Dean, Traylon Burks, they're all there. So to me, by far, this is the best draft. Because this, we're going to get the same guy that we're going to pick anyway. But we pick up a second-round pick for next year. So we're going to take that. Small increments, Braden, I know. Small increments. I got you, buddy. I say it all the time now. I hope you see that. When you're not here, I say it now. And I took that from you. Every time I get traded something where it's like 12 or 14, 15, I say small increments. That's how you get the most draft capital. So we're going to accept that. We're going to go down to 15. Let me tell you who went off the board. Kalera Elam, we don't care. David Ajabo, we don't care because we got Thibodeau. Chris Olave, if you wanted a wide receiver, it doesn't matter because they're still wide receivers, but you could be mad if you want to be mad. Marvin Leal is a defensive tackle. If we would have taken him with the 10th pick, we'd be shot. Derek Stingley goes at 14. So for any Jet fans that wanted Stingley, they're going to be mad and pissed off. There's no trade offer, so we're picking here at 15. We're not taking Charles Cross because he's a tackle, and he probably could play guard, but we're not taking him. Jamison Williams is going to be a 3rd or 4th round pick. Watch, he's going to fall because of his injury. Very sad situation for him. Tyler Lindenbaum doesn't make sense at 16, but he sure as hell makes sense in the second round. We know that. We're not taking Jordan Davis. And now it gets interesting. Devin Lloyd, Ikem Ekwonu is there. Right? Imagine that in real life. Nakobe Dean, Sauce Gardner, Traylon Burks. They're all there. Okay, so Cross can play guard better than Neal, but he can't play better than Ikem Ekwonu. He can't play guard better than him. And maybe you disagree, but this guy might go top 10. Icky, he might go top 10. Okay. As a tackle, I'm not sold, but as a guard, he looks like an absolute beast. He plays exclusively at guard in 2019, split reps outside and 220. His name translates as "My effort will not go in vain." Oh, you got to love that. He's described as the most feared lineman in the ACC. Wow. He's a beast, guys. He's a beast. An absolute beast. So the question is, do we go linebacker or do we go offensive line? Who have we taken so far? We've taken defense. We've got our edge. Do we add the linebacker that we all love? We love Nakobe Dean. I think everybody likes Nakobe Dean better than Devin Lloyd, at least most Jet fans. A lot of other boards have Nakobe Dean above him. Or do we take Icky and say we are good at guard? We have a guy who can move out the tackle if we have to in emergencies. I like that we're bringing back KJ Bryant. I think that's cool. I like that we're trying him out at tight end. I think that's a good idea. He's a big guy. He blocks well. He doesn't block well like tight end block well, but for a wide receiver, he blocks well. So there's some potential there. We'll see if they can coach him up. So Owen, you're saying Dina or Icky is great. Totally up to you. Yeah, I mean either one is great, right? It's a hard fucking decision. The reason I'm gonna go Icky here is because I think we can get I know that we can get a very, very good linebacker in the next rounds. I don't know that, and I think there's a much bigger drop in offensive linemen. Like I think that the guy from Boston College is really good, Zion, and I take him a lot, but I think that's a big step down from Icky. I think Icky is like you get a guard that could move out to tackle in the future if we need him to, and I think that's so valuable. I don't know that he's going to be a great tackle in the future, but I believe he's going to be a great guard. And now you got AVT and Icky on both either side, and you get Becton back with AVT. Guys, man, that's getting a little crazy. It's kind of exciting. So I took him, by the way. Yeah, Braden, I agree 100%. There is nothing wrong with Braden Smith. Nothing wrong. He's coming with the right pedigree. It's something Frank would say, right? Wouldn't Frankie say that? He has the right pedigree. He comes from Linebacker University. I can't do Frankie's voice. Who could? I would have to talk really deep, first of all, and it would have to sound very natural, and I'd have to be very calm and mellow and be able to control my emotions, unless I start getting mad after a loss and start waving my hands like this and say, why? Why didn't we use that? Why did we play a 2-1 personnel? Look at me, I'm making fun of Frankie. He'll never find out. We're an hour and 26 minutes into the video. He doesn't have time to watch that deep into a video. So we're getting a trade offer. Cleveland wants to give us 44 for our 35. They're taking our 114 and giving us their 2023 second rounder. That is just not enough. That's not enough. What sucks is it doesn't really affect us that much because the guys we want are further down anyway. So I think we have to make a trade offer to someone. So let me counter. Okay. I'm not giving you our 114, idiots. You want to trade down. You want us to trade down to 44 with our 35th. You're going to give us your 78th pick. You're going to give us your third rounder next year. That's what it's going to take, baby. Let's propose that. I like that. We trade down to 44, we get a 78, and we get a third rounder next year. I like that. Trade was declined. Of course it was. Let's I don't like it. I'm rejecting it. Let's propose a trade. We need to make a trade with someone. I don't like our position here. We don't need any of the guys that are on top of the board. It doesn't make any sense right now for us. Who wants to come up? Who offers us offers lots of times? I think Denver does. Denver likes to come up. Let's go for Denver. So Denver, do you want want to swap 35 and 40? All I want in return is your 75. And your fifth next year. Because why the fuck not? Give us your fucking fifth. Okay. Declines. The fuck do you want from me, man? You want our blood? Let's go back to Denver. I'm serious. They're hot for a trade. I know they are. Okay. We're going to give you our 35 for your 40, your 75, and that's it. How about that? Propose. Declined. You greedy fucks. I'm letting you come up 5 fucking spots. How about Carolina? We love to poach Carolina, don't we? Carolina. Hello, guys. You got shit to offer us, don't you? Never mind. Their top pick is 105th. How come they don't have any good picks, Carolina? Oh, yeah, because we fleeced them. Let's say, who's left? The Bengals, they like to trade up sometimes. They got a ton of picks. Okay, but if we're going to go down to 57, 35th to 57, we want your 89. You know what? I don't like any of this. Cancel that. I don't like any of that. You guys don't like that, right? We don't. Jeremy, are you frustrated with me, Owen? What's goddamn, Brandon? I think he's locked into this draft. We can't see the draft board. Okay, we're not being offered anything, right? And all the top guys are like Jermaine Johnson, Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, my Sanders, Trent McDuffie, Isaiah Spiller, no one that we want. Although there is Isaiah Spiller, the running back, and David Bell, the wide receiver. So I'll take it back. We could go value here and go wide receiver and take David Bell. But we have not taken a linebacker yet, but I'm not worried about linebacker yet because we got the next pick to do that. So should I take the wide receiver right now? Should I take David Bell? Because I can't seem to get anybody to trade with us. As much as I'd love to freaking trade back a little bit. What do you think? Look up. We can't see. What do you mean look up? Can you see now? I don't know how you see the board. Like, I don't know what it looks like. Is there any way to make it that it's just the board? Hold on one sec. Let me try to do this. Like, can I make myself smaller? No, I don't think so. We can't see the board. You can't see the board at all? I'm not sharing it at all? Holy shit. What the fuck are we doing here then? What am I, freaking stupid? Okay. That whole time? You couldn't see the board the whole time? Oh my God. Well, oh, that's what we have been trying to say, Jeremy. Oh my God. I feel like green bean. Okay. Okay. That's another thing I could get away with. Because like Frankie, green bean's not going to make it this far either. So I can talk all the shit I want about him. Okay. Killing us, man. You were so locked into the draft. I respect the dedication. Yeah, man. I am. I don't know why. I don't know what it was that got me so locked in. It's like I care so much that it comes out right. Maybe I could do this job, if I could focus that much on this shit. I'm going to take David Bell, wide receiver. Let's try some. Gene at 32. Get out of here. Gene's up there. Oh, he went to 32. Holy fuck. We just missed out on him. Holy shit. That's amazing. McBride and Smith are gone, and maybe we can go do Bell and McBride. Yeah. Yeah, but we need a linebacker though, dude. Okay, let's take Bell from Purdue. He's not. They're saying he's not the fastest guy, but he's got long speed and can take the top off of a defense. I'd love to have somebody who could take the top off of defense. And he has good route running. That's a fit for us. That's what we need. We need a good route runner. So, okay, we're going to – I don't love it, man. It's not my favorite kind of draft, but we're going to do it. We're going to take David Bell. And now we get the trade offers. Fuck you guys. Where were you before 5 minutes ago? Casey wants to give us 61.93 in the second for 38 and 114. There's no way I'm doing that. That's not good at all for us. That's not good. And I'm not trading down that much. No, we have too much needs. We can't do that. Okay. So what have we done? What have you done, Jeremy? We got tackle, edge, wide receiver. We need safety. We need tight ends. We need linebacker. I say that the weakest position that's going to go the soonest is linebacker. So I think we have to go and take our boy Brandon Smith again. Yeah, those trades were terrible. Exactly. So at least we think alike, guys. I didn't even have to ask you. Like, I looked at all those trades and I didn't even have to ask. It's not even disrespecting your opinion. I just know that you guys are going to say no to that. So I think we all have molded ourselves, and we're all kind of on the same page as far as trades go. We know what we want. None of those were small increments, as Braden likes to say. They weren't small increments. Okay, let's just take Brandon Smith. I'll take Brandon Smith. He's a linebacker. I'm doing it again. Brandon. Braden. Look, I'm so tired. I can't say people's names. Okay, and I shouldn't be the tired one. I'm the one in California. 69th pick. Miami is saying go down to 99 in the third. Yeah, we're on the same page, dude. Let's look at the next one. Carolina wants us to go down to 105. Again, I don't think we could do it. I don't think we can go down 30 slots for Miami's third next year. And I don't think we can go down 40 spots for Carolina's third and fourth when they also want us to give them a pick. That 162nd, we need that pick. That could be Charlie Kohler. We should make a t-shirt. That would be a great t-shirt for me one day. NFL Chaos with Jeremy. Small increments. And only the original people from the site. One day when I get really big, we'll know what it means. Right? One day when I got 100 people in here, and that day will come. We're going to be the ones that know what that means. I'm going to have that t-shirt. It's going to say NFL Chaos with Jeremy, or just NFL Chaos, small increments. This ain't no small increment. And look what shirt I have on, brother. Look what shirt I have on. I have my boy. I'm wearing my boy on my chest. So, Frankie's got to do something, man. I don't think he should do a t-shirt. I think Frankie should do a stuffed puppet, like a Frankie puppet. Because Frankie is a freaking character, right? Think about Frankie as a puppet. That would be the greatest puppet on the planet. I would buy that in a second. If Frankie sold a Frankie puppet, almost like a Cabbage Patch Kid kind of thing, or maybe like a puppet that you put your hand in, or a stuffed Frankie. Can you imagine how cute that would be? It would have the hairy black beard, the fuzzy hair. It'd be wearing a little Jet jersey. And it would be holding a pencil in one hand and a clipboard with statistics on the other. It would be the greatest thing in the history of Jets merchandise. It would be the greatest thing ever. There's nobody on his channel, there's no fan of Frankie that wouldn't buy it. I am convinced of it. Every single one of us would be lining up to buy it. We'd all have it in our backgrounds. All the YouTubers would have it. I'd have my little Frankie. I would talk to it during the draft. What should I do, Frankie? And I'd have the puppet talk. Well, Jeremy, you know that the Jets were 32nd in defense last year. I would totally do that. I can't believe you guys aren't commenting and laughing. This is good shit. I'm being funny right now. Anyway, but I'm probably right. It probably would make a lot of money. We're not going to take any of these picks, guys. It's time to draft our next guy. So, of course, Roger McCreary is up there to tempt us. We got our linebacker, a wide receiver, our tackle/guard, and our edge. So we have filled 4 spots. Solid. All with starters. David Bell will be one of the starting receivers, I think. Definitely by his second year. Contributing his first year. So we're good. The question is, I don't see anything in the chat. What's going on? You guys got quiet on me all of a sudden? Are you all texting Frankie? Get in here. You have to see what this guy is saying. So Frankie McCreary is there. Roger McCreary is there at cornerback at 59 with the 69th pick. That's a nice value pick. If you wanted to go running back, we have Kyron Williams. We really need a tight end, but there's no value tight end at this point. It's way too early for a tight end, so it just doesn't make sense. You're being patient. You guys are sitting there saying, stop with your freaking rambling and trying to be funny and just make the fucking pick, Jeremy. We're here for the draft. Man, I say value pick. Best value pick in this situation, honestly, is Isaiah Spiller. I know we don't need it. But he is the 38th ranked running back, and some people have him as the number 1 ranked running back. People have him going in the end of the first rounds, and you're talking about getting him with the 69th pick. I think if I'm being responsible in this situation, You have to take Spiller. And people are saying we got Michael Carter. What if Spiller's as good as Michael Carter? Can you imagine what that does for us? Is Perrion Winfrey still available? You're talking about the defensive tackle? I don't think so, but I'll look. Defensive tackle. Yeah, he's there. No, Ferdian Mathis is there, not Winfrey. So the answer is no. I know people are not going to like this at all. Man, people are really not going to like this, but I have to take Isaiah Spiller here. I can't respect myself in the morning if I don't. I'm sorry. He's just ranked too high. He's too good. He's too good not to take. Watch his tape. He's a fucking animal. 108. We haven't taken a tight end, but there's guys later at tight end. We haven't taken a safety, but I think we could sign safeties in free agency, honestly. And I don't think we've taken a running back, so that's an issue. Oh no, we took a wide receiver. So we got edge, tackle/guard, wide receiver, linebacker, running back. We really need a safety, but they're easier to sign. We need a tight end desperately, but we don't need a tight end now. What we need to do now is look at the top-rated guys and see who's not going to be there later. And there's no one up top, and we're not being offered a trade, so I don't know what to do in these situations. Channing Tindall is a really good linebacker out of Georgia, by the way. So there's no info on him right now, but we've seen him play. If you've watched Georgia play, you know who he is. You've got no qualms. Okay, that's good. I wouldn't want to upset you, man. You're all the way freaking on the other side of the planet watching me. I don't want to piss you off. I want you to be happy. Some BS trade down. Yeah, but nobody's taking anything. I'm trying, man. The Rams seem to like going down. Let me see. The Rams like to offer, but the Rams like to offer like their next year's picks. Yeah, I don't want to go down to 141. That's too far. Well, what if we say we'll give you our 148, but you got to give us your 141 and your next year's second and fourth. That'd be cool. We're going down a lot of spots, but we're getting there. Fuck it. Let's go for their third. Second, third, and their 247th. Yeah, I like it. It was declined. Any ideas, guys, about what you want to do? I'm fucking cracking myself up. Who wants to trade? Who wants to deal? Chargers like to deal. We can go down from 108 to 120 and ask them for next year's fourth, right? And their 120. So they get to come up to 108, and it costs them their fourth rounder next year. They might do it. They might bite. Let's propose that. No? Man, I'm fucking surprised. I thought they would do that. It's kind of crazy. What are you guys saying? You say anything? Try that with a third. Huh. Okay. Look. 108 to 120 doesn't hurt us at all. That's why I'm offering it. It doesn't hurt us at all, man. I get the same guy. How about 120 and your fifth? But you have to give us your 256 picks so I can take a kicker. Propose. They declined it. Shit. Is Chad Muma or Thayer Munford still there? So Chad Muma is a linebacker. I know that. No, he's gone. It's just Tyndall or Zacoby McClain, Leo Chenal. Those are the guys I know. Chanel or whatever. Servancia Dennis from Pittsburgh is there, though. He's decent. But Tyndall is the highest ranked guy. Who's the other one? Owen is saying 108 and 162 for 120 and 159 and a sixth. Okay. I'm gonna have to refer back to that, man. Okay. Who's the team we're doing that with again? Carolina or Denver? I think it was Carolina. Who was it? Who was the team? I'm that tired that I freaking forgot. The Chargers, right? Yep. Okay. R108. Okay. And R162. Okay. For their 120 and 159. So that's only okay. So they only fall back 3 spots on that. Okay. And they're 6th. But what do we gain for doing that? All we get is a 6th, and we move up 3 spots. We're not really getting a lot for that. Maybe I should try their 5th. I need something better than a 6th. Okay? A little bit better than a 6th. No. I got greedy. That's crazy, man. We're giving up 12 spots right now. Right? 108 for 120. Would they do that straight up? Hey, you want to trade up for free, assholes? Are they going to say that no to that also? Like, what am I asking for that they don't want to give up? Like, literally, this trade, literally, they're going from 159 to 162. They're dropping down 3 spots, and they get to trade up 8 spots. And all I'm asking for is their fucking 5th round pick next year, and they don't want to do it? That's a load of shit. What about their 256 and their 7th? Motherfuckers. They offer me so much when they trade. I don't know why they're being so stingy now. Okay, 120, 159, R108, R162, and just give me your 235th. Or I could even take your 256. Give me a kicker. Accepted. Cool. They took it. We got something. Whoa, what just fucking happened? We just lost our draft? I think we just lost the draft. It just freaking started me over again. I do not know what just happened. All right. Shit. We just lost our draft. If I hit the back button, it's going to go off of this website. There's no way to get it back. Holy shit. There's no way to undo what just happened? Wow, man, that sucks. Well, that'll be the draft. We'll never know. We'll never know what happened. Braden, what time is it where you are? What time is it there, man? I'm not doing shit until you tell me what time it is. What time is it, man? And Owen, where are you right now? I need to know where Owen is and what time it is for him. And I need to know what time it is for Braden. I think for Braden, it's just like, yeah, it's 8:15 p.m. It's 8:15 p.m. the day ahead of us. You're 8:15 on Monday right now? Yeah, you're at 2:15, dude. Shit. And Braden's at 8:15 on fucking Monday, and he's in the future. Jeremy, I'm doing Jersey, but I'm doing Scout RN. You're keeping me entertained. Oh, that's cool, dude. That's fucking awesome. I like that. Yeah, Monday. I can't do Monday in Australian. Half. Who am I fooling? I can't do anything in Australian. Wish I could. All right. We're gonna do a fast draft, okay? I'm not gonna sit there and wander off now anymore. We're gonna do a fast draft. Okay, Thibodeau and Hutchinson is gone. Minnesota wants to give us 12, 46, a second, and a third, and I'm just going to do it. Yep, I'm going to do it. Nope, no Kyle Hamilton, sorry. Okay, with the 10th pick, I'm not going to take 30. I'm not going to go. Am I going to go down to 18 and 49? Yeah, fuck it. Okay, so now we got a whole bunch of picks. Small increments, right? Right, Braden? I'm going to accept this one too. I'm going to have 12 and 108. And I'm going to take 17 and 48. Okay, now we got a whole bunch of picks. Okay, and we get to go twice in a row. What's being offered to me now? Nothing. Okay. Reject, reject, reject. Who's on the board? Garrett Wilson's still on the board. Lindstrom, Jordan Davis, Ajabo is still on the board. Icky is still on the board. Kobe Dean is still on the board. So what we're going to do is we're quickly going to take Ajabo because we need an edge. Okay? And San Francisco's up. We don't need any more capital, man. We don't need any more picks. Oh, wow. Nope. Okay. Chicago, nope. Reject. Okay. So now the highest value on the board is Garrett Wilson. We took Ajabo. We're going to take Garrett Wilson and give Zach a fucking stud wide receiver. Okay? But guess what? Nope, I'm not going to trade. Well, let's see. Do I want to trade down? I don't need anybody right now because I need to get offensive line and I need to get a linebacker. So I can go down to 44. All right. And we get a second next year? I'll do it. Okay. 38 to 61. Fuck you. Okay. 38 to 56. Nope. Okay. So now let's see what we have, guys. We got a wide receiver and we got an edge, Ajabo and Garrett Wilson. Some pissed off Jet fans right now, but they'll be happier when we fill in all these picks that we just picked up. We got the 38, 44, 46, 48, 49, 69. Okay, so out of the top 50, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more picks in the top 50. Okay, we got a wide receiver and we got our edge. So we need linebackers, we need tight ends, we need safety, we need guard. Guard's more important right now. So let's start filling up our squad. Okay, we're not going to go for any of these guys. Let me scroll down to where we are. We're going to take Brandon Smith and get the linebacker right off the top. All right, so let's just get that over with. I know how you guys think. You all want him. Brandon Smith. Boom. We got our guy. Here's what I'm worried about, man. We need a freaking offensive lineman or guard or something. They want us to trade down and give us 82. We could up our 145. They're going to take Wademeyer if we do that. I gotta hide that and see who's on the board. Trey McBride is there. Do we grab McBride right now? Or do we take the trade risk? If we take the trade, the worst thing that I think will happen to us by going down to 47 is we'll end up with Wademeyer. If they both go in the next 2 out of 3 picks, I'll be very upset that I'll have fucked us. I'm going to do it, though, because I'm a gambler. No. What's the next guy? The next guy, 55 now. Okay. I'm going to do it. Boom. Who wins? Wademeyer wins. McBride didn't go. I win, motherfucker. I just beat your ass in that trade because I get the guy I wanted anyway. We're taking Trey McBride, baby. So we got our tight ends. Kansas City wants us to trade down. They're going to give us 61, 93, and 131 for our 47th and our 5th. Don't like it. New England wants us to go down. Oh, my wife is starting to text, so we got to go. Let me tell her I'm going to be down in a hurry. I can watch something like 30 if you want. Okay, I'm going to tell her 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, honey. Hey, she gave me a long time. I can't complain. 5 minutes. All right. So I'm going to say, what are you guys saying? Wow, 3 in a row. Beautiful. Yeah, we're doing good, right? So let's reject this. We don't need so many picks anyway. Okay. Wow, 4 in a row, dude. 4 in a row. We have the 46th, the 47th, the 48th, and the 49th. That's fucking wild. 4 picks in a row. Holy shit. So we got Trey McBride. Let's see who we have. We got Brandon Smith. People might not like the top of our draft, but look at the freaking middle of our draft. Brandon Smith and Trey McBride. Garrett Wilson. I know that Steve Sack Exchange would be thrilled. David Ajabo, if he works out, this could be one of the greatest drafts in history. Let's go 47. Let's look. What positions do we need? I see Lexia Smith from Virginia, offensive guard. We need a guard. 6'3", 320 pounds and carries his weight well. Possesses good burst and power at the point of attack and glimpse of explosive twitch up in open space. Steady acceleration. Flashes of exceptional lateral mobility. Perfect for a zone blocking scheme. He can traverse gaps and block on the move with ease. I love it. I love it. So we have 3 picks in a row, and I'm going to take a guard right off the board. We have to fill that spot. Okay. New England, I'm not trading with you, bitches. Okay. And haha for losing yesterday, you fucking bums. Okay. All right. We got 2 more picks, guys. We got our tight ends, we got our linebacker, our wide receiver, our edge, our guard. We still need safety. Running back and safety. Or another linebacker, a cornerback. Roger McCreary is still there. Hard to pass up on that, right? I say we take McCreary. Let's take him. Kyler Gordon is there as well. There are people who like Kyler Gordon better. They're going to be pissed at me. I know Rusty Spooner would be saying it, but I'm going to go for the higher ranked McCreary on almost every draft board in the country. 49-50 with Miami. Swap picks next year, 6 to a 4th. I don't know who the fuck they want. But I can't see it impacting us at all. We need a safety. And there is just nobody. I have no idea who they want. But it doesn't impact us at all. It really doesn't have any effect on us. So, yeah, I'll take that. The Giants want us to go to 52 and take their 4th. Kansas City wants us to go down to 61. I'm not going to go down to 61, but I'll go down to 52 because, again, there's no one on the board, guys, that we need right now. Not for the positions that we want. So I'm gonna accept that one. Okay, so Isaiah Likely and David Bell went off the board. So we already got our wide receiver, so we don't care. It looks like you were saying take the Giants pick, Owen, so I'm glad I did. Not going to take Tampa's offer, and I don't want to go down all the way to 78, right? Right. So let's look. We got a lot of options here. We could take a running back now. Kyron Williams from Notre Dame. And there's your RB2. We don't need one, I know. We could take Kyler Gordon and really fill our cornerback room up if we wanted to be disgusting about it. It's not such a horrible thing to do that. Oh, do you want to take our future center? You want to take Jarrett Patterson? Jarrett Patterson becomes our future center. If he's better than McGovern, we let him play center right off the bat and let McGovern compete with the rookie for the guard position, and whoever loses is depth. I say that's a beautiful thing. Man, I like the way this draft is going. Okay, we go up to 69. Seattle says, we'll swap next year. You can have our 4th for your 5th if you drop down 3 spots. I look at the board. I see Quay Walker, linebacker. I see Alec Lindstrom, who we don't need. I see a wide receiver we don't need. I see a cornerback we don't need. I see a safety, Jalen Petra, who is maybe the guy we're going to want to pick. But I don't see anyone else. I see no reason why we shouldn't swap picks with them and grab their 4th, except somebody else has an offer for us. Tennessee makes no sense. This offer from Tennessee makes no sense at all. You're saying defensive tackle. Get Chad Muma. I know Muma's good, but we could get Muma later, right? He's not a threat to go right now. He's not even close to going. Like, we could easily trade down to 72, and we're not going to lose Muma over it. He's not even showing up in the list yet. I'm going to accept this. Okay, I don't want to go down to 94. Okay, let me show. Oh, I didn't roll up all the way. Christian Harris is still there, dude. I can't take Mua over Christian Harris. Christian Harris is still there at 72. I can't believe that. I can't take. I mean, there's no way we could pass up that. Holy shit. That would give us Brandon Smith and Harris, Christian Harris, man, with CJ. Yeah, we got to take that, man. That's the steal of the draft. Holy shit, that just made our draft. That totally made the draft. I'm not taking any of these offers. Now you want to trade LA, right? Before you didn't want to fucking trade with me. Fuck you, Miami. Okay. Oh, and look who's on top. This draft is ridiculous. Kyron Williams is there. The only bad thing about taking Kyron Williams right now is that that's the last pick and we didn't take a safety. But fuck that, right? We could take a safety in the that we could easily get safeties in free agency. Look what we did. We got Elijah Riley. We have the guy that got hurt coming back, LaMarcus or whatever, Joyner, whatever the hell his name was from the Raiders. I know people will be mad we didn't get a safety, but I don't give a shit. And Pinnock could play safety. Okay, you're telling me to wait, but Kyron Williams, 64th ranked guy, top 5 running back in the draft, sitting there at 82. Okay, do me a favor for fun. Okay, I'm going to do you a favor for fun. Tell me what you want me to do. I'm doing you the solid because we already won this draft. Okay, and Braden, well, let's hear him out. I know Kyron Williams is the pick here for sure. Just out of value. Trade your guy. Hold on. Trade your guy, though. Take your guy, though. Well, if I take my guy, we're done, dude. There's no more picks. So understand that. If I take him now, we're done with the draft. I can't get a pick around 150. It's too late. Oh, I could trade next year. So like let's like I don't have to offer our 82nd. Like so I could say the Rams are a good team to do this with, okay, because they have 1 million picks. So I could say to the Rams, can I have your 141? And look at all this draft capital I have. And I could say for your 141, I'll give you, look at this. I have 1, 2, 3 fourth rounders. I have 4 fourth round picks. Let me take the worst one, Seattle, because they're going to be better than the Miami might. No, I think it's going to be Seattle. I could offer them a 4th round pick for next year's 4th round pick for their 141. Okay, let's see if they do that. They did it. They accepted it. So you got this is fucking beautiful. This is beautiful because no one will know when we see the results of this draft. Like everyone's going to think, like if I make a photocopy of it, everyone's going to be kissing my hat. Look at all the draft capital for next year. Look at all the players you got us. And they're going to have no idea we did this, Owen. Okay, so 82, we're going to take Kyron Williams and make Braden very happy. Okay. We got a running back who's probably RB2 year 1. I don't know. Coleman could be his mentor or something. And then we go all the way down, and I want to see what Owen wants to do. We lost Jeremy Ruckert, just so you know. If you were hoping for Jeremy Ruckert, he went 1 pick ahead of us to Tennessee, that motherfucker. Now what do you want to do, Owen? Laughing out loud, that's crazy. It is crazy. When we see it, this is going to be the craziest draft, man. Go to safety, okay? Oh, I know who he wants in safety. Oh, yeah, baby. You want our guy. It's in his family blood, Isaiah Palomao. Yes. We get our guy. We have to have at least one player with hair pouring out of the back of his helmet, right? Yeah, we could have had Kolar, but that's fine, man. We're gonna sign Schultz or something like that. We already got Trey McBride, so I'm happy. Even if we had to go in with Griffin as our tight end 2, with Yabo as our tight end 3, if we have McBride, I'm okay with that. Ajabo at edge is the shakiest pick of this draft for us. If he's a bust, shit. But let's forget about David Ajabo. Even if he's a bust, Garrett Wilson, there's our WR1. Right? Or equal to Corey Davis, and then you got Elijah Moore. I mean, basically, we got 3 fucking studs. And don't forget, we still have our gadget guy, Braxton Berrios. And Mims is just the guy that's going to be in camp playing for a spot that now at this point. He's a nobody playing for a spot. And that's our situation there. We also have Cager that's going to be playing for tight ends, going for a spot. But anyway, we got a wide receiver that's going to be a top, like going to be one of our stud wide receivers. It's beautiful. Brandon Smith, we got a starting linebacker. Trey McBride, there's our tight end one. Lecitus Smith, who will compete for the right guard, the guard spot. With McGovern is going to be competing to play. He's going to be playing for center or guard. If he starts at either one, there's going to be a guy on the bench that gives us depth. Okay? Yeah, Barros is a Pro Bowl. You're right. So there's a guard. We needed that. Roger McCreary, who might be one of our top starting corners. Maybe not year one. Maybe Eccles beats him out in the second year. But maybe year two, McCreary overtakes him. I don't know. But it's going to put a really good cornerback in the room. Right? So it just makes us deep. And that's what we want. We want to start getting deep. Our offensive line is now going to get deep because you might have McGovern and Lecitus Smith behind him, or Jarrett Patterson behind McGovern, or LVT. You know what I mean? Like, we're getting deep now. And then here's the craziest thing in the fucking world. Christian Harris at linebacker to complement Brandon Smith. So we now have 3 starting linebackers, CJ Mosley, Brandon Smith, and Christian Harris, who's an absolute beast. Then we get Kyron Williams. Maybe year one, he's learning. He doesn't get tons of play. He comes in as our RB3. Maybe not, though. Maybe he's RB2 right away. This is a great draft. We get Isaiah Palomao, who we're hoping is going to be a good safety. Now, here's the fucking kicker of it all. We go into next year with 3 second-round picks. We go into next year with 2 third-round picks. And we go into next year with 3 fourth-round picks. So we have tons and tons of draft capital. Those 2 second-round picks might be trade-upable for a first-round pick. Maybe we take a second and third and move up to a first-round pick. So many options, guys. So much draft capital here. So we didn't only add 2 starting linebackers, our future center, a possible starting cornerback, another guard, a starting tight ends, and a stud wide receiver, and a possible edge that's going to complement Lawson. We got tons of draft capital, right? So we just doubled. That's right. We have another double draft. Next year we're like drafting like we're 2 teams. And then after that, we're going to start having comp picks, guys. We're going to get to a point where we're going to start getting comp picks one day, because that's what we're building up to, where we're not going to be able to keep all our guys. We're going to protect them with comp picks. We're going to start becoming that kind of team. We're going to just keep building up our drafts. We're going to get better and better every year with young guys. And the guys that we can't afford to keep, because you can't keep them all, we're going to be filling them in with draft picks. We're going to constantly fill in holes. As people leave, new talent will come in. I'm telling you, I believe so much in this staff right now, this management. I can't wait. Me neither, man. Couple more years, dude. We're almost there. Couple more years. Next year, hopefully it's exciting and fun. We see Zach get a lot better. We improve as a team. Maybe even in December, we'll be in it still with the hope for a playoff. But then after that, it's just going to get better and better. I'm freaking loving it. So my wife's waiting for me, guys. Thanks for hanging. Very cool, very fun. This was an interesting draft, man. This is what I'm going to remember for a long time. This is what I really like. It's really a good argument for being open to trading, isn't it? Indulge us. Poem description. Your wife can wait, surely. Well, he comes from good blood. Like, I think it's his uncle. I'm not sure of the relationship, but was a pretty good safety. So Troy Polamalu established himself as one of the best safeties to ever do it. And his nephew. Okay, so this is Troy's nephew. His nephew is set to carry on the family legacy. Whereas Polamalu was on the diminutive size of 5'10", Isaiah Palomao is striking at the other end of the scale. An impressive 6'4" and 205 pounds, the USC safety is long and rangy. That helps him excel in various areas of the game. Most noticeably, his length combined with impressive speed and football instincts allow him to roam the field and make plays in the passing game. Despite the size difference, Polomoa conjures up the physicality that make his uncle such a terror in the NFL. He could lay a hit with the best of them and has registered 121 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 1.5 sacks in his career. Fucking amazing does that sound? And we know that we know how to coach guys up, right? So, all right, guys, and Braden, and Owen, I'm glad I could entertain you while you're at work. I didn't know you were an RN. That's cool. Keep up the good work, man. It must be rough. And Braden, enjoy your evening, your Monday night. Yeah, imagine getting him in Hamilton. That would be sick. But anyway, good night, guys. I leave you with this. I leave you with something. Hold on. A 1-15 team takes a running back. You just took your franchise quarterback. You had a running back. And I'd be pissed if I was a Jacksonville fan. I love that, talking about Green Bay. He'll never find out. Believe me, nobody knows better what it looks like when an organization is about to go to shit than a New York Jet fan. And Justin Fields proved that he can hold it together. He can regroup. It's okay if he struggles. And we got a big game against the Eagles, and maybe you need some energy, so wake up! We have every right to expect the Jets to win. Rich Cimini, schmuck, putz,